Cats have a reputation for being aloof, unreadable, even a little standoffish. But here's the truth. Winning over a cat isn't about luck or charm. It's a skill, and researchers have actually studied how to do it. In this video, we're breaking down 10 science-backed techniques that can turn even the wariest cat into your biggest fan. Stick around for number 1. Most people get this one backwards. 1. Let them come to you. Our instinct is to walk straight up to a cat, scoop them into a cuddle, and expect instant love. Science says that's exactly the wrong move. Research out of the University of Bern found that cats approach people more often and stay longer once they do when the human ignores them at first and simply exists calmly in the room, like sitting quietly with a phone or a magazine instead of actively seeking the cat out. The moment a person turns the tables and reaches for the cat first, the cat becomes noticeably more likely to retreat or withdraw entirely. Ironically, this is part of why cats so often gravitate toward the one guest in the room who's allergic and actively avoiding them. There's no pressure, no pursuit, and nothing to escape from. If you want a nervous cat to warm up to you, the counterintuitive move is to make yourself boring, not interesting. 2. Give them the steering wheel. It's not just about who approaches first, it's about who's in charge the whole time the interaction lasts. Zurich-based researchers observed that the longest and most positive human-cat interactions happen when the cat decides both when it starts and when it ends, not the person. Cats are wired for independence in a way dogs simply aren't. Constant affection, even well-meaning affection, can feel like a violation of that independence if it goes on too long. If your cat suddenly stiffens, flicks their tail, angles their ears back, or tries to slink away mid-pet, the right move is to let them go immediately, rather than chasing one more scratch-in. It might feel like you're giving up too soon, but ending things on the cat's terms, even a little prematurely, is exactly what builds the trust that makes the next interaction longer and warmer. 3. Touch the right zones. Where you pet a cat matters far more than how much or how long you pet them. A UK study out of the University of Lincoln tracked cats' reactions to touch across several different body areas and found clear favorites. The cheeks, the base of the ears, and the space between the eyes consistently produced purring, kneading, and other relaxed, contented behaviors. The tail base, on the other hand, triggered hissing, swatting, and rapid tail swishing in a large share of the cats studied. Researchers suspect that region is simply too sensitive and easily overstimulated, similar to how a ticklish spot on a person can flip from pleasant to irritating within seconds. And the belly? Best left alone entirely. It's one of the most vulnerable parts of a cat's body, rarely exposed voluntarily, and touching it often reads less like affection and more like a threat, even from cats who otherwise trust you completely. 4. Audit your smell. A cat's nose is estimated to be roughly 14 times more sensitive than a human's, and scent, far more than sight, is often their primary way of deciding whether someone or something is safe. If a cat keeps avoiding you and you can't figure out why, don't take it personally. Check what you're wearing instead of what you're doing. Residual smells from another animal, strong perfume or cologne, cleaning products like bleach or disinfectant, and even food odors like garlic or onion clinging to your clothes can quietly repel a cat long after you've stopped noticing the smell yourself. Scented soap, hand sanitizer, and makeup remover wipes are common overlooked culprits too. Switching to unscented soap, lotion, and detergent can make you measurably more approachable, even hours after washing, since a cat's nose simply won't forget a smell as quickly as ours does. 6. Work with their pheromones, not against them. Cats communicate heavily through scent marking, rubbing their face or body against furniture, door frames, and even people to leave behind chemical signals that essentially say, "This is familiar, this is safe, this belongs to me." New smells, on the other hand, tend to make cats genuinely uneasy, which is part of why moving to a new home, a trip to the vet, or meeting a stranger can all be surprisingly stressful for them. Every new environment brings a flood of unfamiliar scent information they haven't had time to process. Some owners take advantage of synthetic pheromone sprays, normally marketed to calm cats around unfamiliar furniture or during travel, by applying a small amount to their own clothing before introducing themselves to a nervous cat. It's essentially preloading the safe and familiar signal onto yourself rather than making the cat build that association with you from zero. 7. Play beats food, most of the time. A widely cited 2017 study from Oregon State University gave cats a choice between several categories of reward: food, toys, scent, and direct human interaction to see which one they consistently valued most when given a free choice. Somewhat surprisingly, social interaction with people won out over food for the majority of cats tested, contradicting the popular assumption that cats are purely motivated by their stomachs. Layer on top of that finding interactive toys that mimic real prey, like feathers dangling from a wand or a string being dragged unpredictably across the floor, tap directly into a cat's built in hunting instincts and make play sessions one of the fastest, most reliable ways to build a genuine bond. Regular play isn't just entertainment for a bored cat, it doubles as relationship building and physical exercise in a single activity, which is part of why cats who get consistent play tend to be both healthier and more affectionate. Get low and leave the door open. To a cat, a towering human closing in can look a lot like a predator. Crouching or sitting to get closer to their eye level immediately makes you less intimidating. Just as important, never corner a cat or block their escape route. Cats bond faster with people who let them feel in control of their own space. Knowing they can leave at any time makes them far more willing to stay. Blink slowly, never stare. In the cat world, a hard, unblinking stare is what predators do while stalking prey, so a direct stare from you can register as a threat. Researchers studying feline behavior found that slow, deliberate blinking has the opposite effect. It signals calm and non-aggression, and cats are more likely to approach a person who blinks slowly at them than one who stares. It's a trick even animal behaviorists use to put anxious shelter cats at ease. Use treats as a tool, not a bribe. Constant treats don't buy affection, but well-timed ones can accelerate it. Use treats strategically as a reward right after a positive interaction, or to coax a shy cat a few steps closer to you. Talking softly while they eat can also help them start associating the sound of your voice with something good. One catch: cats are notoriously picky, so unlike a dog inhaling anything edible, you may need to experiment before finding the treat that actually gets your cat's attention. So, if there's one thing to take away from all 10 of these findings, it's this: getting a cat to like you was never about trying harder, showering them with more affection, or forcing an interaction until they tolerate it. It's about reading their signals correctly and letting them set the pace on their own terms. Let them approach first instead of chasing them down. Respect the exit when they want one. Touch the spots they actually enjoy: cheeks, ears, the space between the eyes, and steer clear of the tail base and belly. Check your own scent before assuming the cat simply doesn't like you, since something as small as a scented soap or a lingering trace of another animal can be the real reason they're keeping their distance. Greet them nose to finger the way they'd greet another cat, and don't underestimate the power of a well-timed pheromone spray to make an unfamiliar space feel a little less foreign to them. Remember that play, not just food, is often the fastest route to a cat's heart, and that getting down to their level with a clear exit path removes the sense of threat that keeps so many cats guarded around new people. Blink slowly instead of staring. Retreat the moment you spot early warning signs instead of pushing through them, and use treats as a targeted reward rather than a constant bribe. None of these techniques require you to be a cat person from birth, and none of them happen overnight. Cats build trust gradually, on their own timeline, but apply even a handful of these consistently, and most cats will start to relax around you noticeably faster, whether that's a shy foster cat, a roommate standoffish pet, or your own cat who's never quite warmed up to you. Which of these 10 are you going to try first? Let us know in the comments, and if this helped you understand your cat a little better, hit subscribe for more science fact pet content.